If you have never been to Seoul, I highly recommend coming on over sometime. It is a pretty nice city. It's a really lively city. So this is Stark Raving Totals. I'm coming to you from Seoul, Korea, although I am located in Japan. I don't know. I think I like Japan better, but I've only been here a few days. Korea is great, and we did hit our last game, which is good with the Celtics. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, I had a lean on the over yesterday, but I mentioned that in a different segment. We had the under with the Warriors. I forget every other day with the Warriors and the Rockets in that last game, and our prediction was correct that Houston just could not. Well, Houston was going to struggle, and Golden State was very, very tough on the defensive end. Is that going to happen tonight? Well, just hold on. Let's talk about it because we're going to talk about the total because that's what this is about. Don't forget SPRpicks.com, Sportsbook Review, main webpage, YouTube channel. That's this right here where we've taken the show from the Facebook Live segment. Now we're on YouTube live right here from Seoul. I need coffee because it's really early in the morning for me. As well, a lot of different links on our Facebook page that you want to check out. So please do that. Like the video, share the video. Trying to make this to a really big segment. It's just more fun. You guys come in and give awesome comments. It's about a 30-minute segment. We talk about sports on the day, mostly focusing on the totals or anything you want to talk about. If you got something you want to mention, let me see what we got going on here. And we're going to talk some totals, man. All is well. All is well. So actually, I jumped into we have another show on our YouTube channel for a sportsbook review called I think it was Marketology, and I was up here in Seoul, but I didn't have my own segment, so I jumped in and caught Drew Martin for a couple comments, and I was telling everybody I was leaning on the over. I said lean on the over with the Celtics and the Cavs. I ended up taking them, so that was good. So we're okay. Major League Baseball's but has been bad. Everything else, NBA has been fine. No. All right, let's talk about today's game. Let's see. You guys are coming in, and I will definitely give you comments back. Let's talk about it. So right now, and I got to get my coffee. As you know, I got the lines bumping around just a little bit right now as I just woke up. So it came out at 224, and that seemed to me just about right. They're just odds makers are not going to move from this number. They're not because this is what they're set at. I mean, you put all the statistics in combined with the pace, that's a pretty solid number. So what we see right now from the public, there's no steam move because you got the public at almost 59%, almost 60% on the over. And boy, I hate backing the public. And it seems like um, in both conference series, the public has been wrong for for I think pretty much every game. Maybe they hit one game as far as the totals are concerned. I'm taking the over. And I'm taking the over at 226. That's what it's gone to. It's gone from 224 to 226, but I'm still backing the over. I think this game's going to get stupid because when we look at them both statistically, first of all, Houston cannot shoot as bad as they shot. I mean, I knew Golden State was going to play great defense, but 85 points, come on. They're much better than that. I mean, look at their breakdown. I mean, the only person that did anything was Capella. Harden was 7 of 16. That's not bad. Harden was 5 of 6. Excuse me. Paul was 5 of 16. And he was 2 of 8 from distance. Harden was 2 of 6. Gordon was 2 of 8 from distance. Green was 2 of 6. I mean, they shot 32% from distance. That is really not good. And they shot under 40% overall. I mean, they couldn't shoot any worse. They couldn't. I think Golden State can put up another 120, honestly. When you look at them statistically, they although, the numbers are pretty gaudy. I mean, 52% and 40%. The 40% actually is not far off from how they shoot the three at home, where they shoot about, 37, 38%. So it's really not that far off. And on the season, I mean, they're shooting over 38% overall. So yeah, I was right on that. Yeah, 38% basically. So they're right on that number. The Rockets, however, they're a very interesting team. They actually shoot the three percentage-wise better on the road. I don't think it's that tough of a matchup for them. I think they can score. that last game, I really the whole premise of the last game was that Golden State was going to put the clamps down on them defensively because of what Houston did in game 2. But this matchup, though, I think we're going to see something a little bit different. Something I like as well. Golden State got up 92 attempts. That's a lot. They went fast, and they dropped a lot of them too. But Houston, I mean, they couldn't play any worse. They're going to score over 100 points this game. They had 20 turnovers as well. That's a lot. That's a lot of turnovers. And boy, they really got beat in the paint. Golden State went to the rack, man. 56-40. Tough matchup for Houston. Golden State's a better defensive team, but for me, for my play today, when we're just looking at the total, I mean, first game, we had that 119. They ended up right at 225. The pace wasn't particularly fast, 80 and 85 attempts. Then we looked at game 2, a little bit more attempts, big scoring affair. Golden State did not play well defensively. Houston was lights out. Golden State bounces back, plays great defense in game 3. But I like the way how this is going to roll. I think the pace is going to be. I think the public's actually going to win this one. So I'm going to go ahead and back the over. I got them at 226, and that's what we're going to take them at. What do you got for me? For baseball in the day, not really much going on for me. I'm trying to focus in just on 1 or 2 games because I'm traveling and I can't. I'm really busy here with with what I got going on with my team, so it's really hard to do a ton of handicapping. But there's a couple baseball games that interest me. Nothing really to talk about. But if you got something, I'd love to hear it. I'd love to hear it. All right, so what do you guys got for me? We got Marco coming in. Hello. You're back. Okay, good to see you. Ron, Charles, I'm on a roll. Jump on the train. Okay, what do you got? Good coffee, and I need it. Let's see. We got Flipper 13. Great call in the last game. Thank you very much. Rich Banks with the peace and the coffee. Yes. Marco, the weather is wreaking havoc on baseball totals. Yeah, there's some rough weather in the States right now. Rich, what time's over there right now? It is 5:38 in the morning. It is really early, but because I'm a professional in Japan, I mean, I'm up 4:30 every day, and I got kids. Kids will get you up early. I love those little rascals. I miss them too. I can't wait to get back to see them and play with them. And my son's turned into quite the little baseball player, so I'm excited to see how he develops. He's only 7, but he can crush. He's a stud. We'll see. Let's see. So yeah, it's really early, but I mean, honestly, for me, this is a normal time I wake up. I probably would sleep in a little bit longer today, but we got Stark Raving Totals to do. I'm not messing around, man. What we got here? Joe, is that Tom and Tom's Coffee? No, it's actually Wolfgang Puck. I got Wolfgang Puck's coffee because I'm at the hotel, so I got hotel coffee. You know how it is. Ron with the best question of the day. How did your team do in the tournament? Actually, we did okay. We we won yesterday. One of my kids hit a just real clutch home run, and then we lost to probably the best team in the tournament. But we played great. I mean, they had 2 errors, we had 2 errors. We only struck out twice the whole game. We put the ball and play hard. We hit it right at them, and the team we played was really quality. So it's the kind of team you can't really make mistakes against. You have to play really well. But I was really proud of my kids. They played baseball the right way, and that's as a coach, that's what you want. So I was totally cool with that. So we play we're in the 3rd place game, and that'll be a little bit later today. We should win, but it's sports. We'll see. For me, I'm wrapping up the season here, which is even more exciting because I get to spend more time with my family. Yeah, I love to coach, but yeah, I love my family more. Thank you. Thank you for the question, Ron. I love talking about stuff like that. Okay, Marco. Houston doesn't. There we go. Let's talk about some sport. Houston doesn't have an answer for KD. They have to shoot threes well to win. Well, I mean, also the premise of last game was they were going to get stopped. The premise of this game is they're just going to percentage-wise is going to catch up. D'Antoni's a great coach. Golden State's a great defense. They're going to focus on the defensive end, but I think Houston's going to make some adjustments and be able to score. So I think it's going to go over. I think the pace is going to be there too. I hate it that it's 226 because that's a lot of points. But think I just don't see this being a low scoring affair. We'll see. Honestly, it's a unit. I don't. I like the play. I more than like the play, but I don't love it. 'Cause sometimes I really love a play. This is not one of them. I like it more than normal. And Francisco, Superstar Stark. Since when does Houston suck? Houston embarrassed if they are for real. They should show up and keep it close. And surprises. Uh, and any surprises. Sorry. Regrets moving from the Facebook to YouTube. Okay, so question number one, you are correct. Agree with you 100%. Francisco, good to see you. Yeah, Houston definitely does not suck. They were arguably the best team all season in the NBA. Those guys have pride. I think they come out and play real well. I think they move the ball a lot better. There's one of the statistics that I did I gloss over that? I mean, they had 19 assists. That's not horrible, but you got to get over 20 assists. You have to get over 20 to be Golden State, and they're gonna have to shoot well because they're just not that great on the defensive end. I think yeah, I think we're in agreement on that. And then regrets, no, none at all. I think this YouTube channel is that. I think it's better. I think we've gotten more people, right, over the last. This is our third week now. I think we've gotten more people and more feedback, which is better. And I think it's just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger as people come in and just get accustomed to the this segment as they have the other sportsbook review segment. I hope, at least. I hope. I want to be as engaging as possible because I mean, really, the segment's about you guys. Well, making a great pick. I think that's kind of important because I don't want to be sucky on my picks, but it's also for you guys to come in and give comments and for me to give something, at least some sort of rational response if I can. You always have good stuff. All right, that's for Francisco. Marco, I like the Phillies and the Tigers on the money line. What we got there? Phillies and the Tigers on the money line. You got Velasquez. And if I can just get this. Yeah, my computer sometimes just kind of, you know, yeah, I don't want to talk about that actually. Sorry, I was going to go off on a tangent. And Detroit, I kind of like Minnesota. How big favorite are they in that one with Lynn on the mound? Let's see what we got. That might not be a bad call. Boyd's okay. That might be a bad call right there. Maybe some live dogs going for Marco. All right. Trung, do you love the side more than the totals today for the NBA? No, I like the total. It's interesting because oddsmakers pretty much had the line dialed in on that Cleveland game against Boston. I think they do for this game as well. I think Houston's going to play a lot better, and they're going to score more than 85. They're going to score more than 85. I think it goes over. I think over is the better play. And Rich, okay, talking to somebody else. And Marco SBR doesn't have a better time slot for you. It's not that they don't have a better time slot for me; is that I don't have a better time slot for them. That's really uh, the main issue is because of where I live. So we'll work it out. I mean, things change, and when we get to when the clocks change over, that they don't change over in Japan. Maybe we'll have the segment at a different time and be a little bit more consistent. But what you're telling me is you like the segment, so that's good. I appreciate that. I mean, we're Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday. I mean, we're hitting it 4 out of 7 days, so that's good. What we got here? Oh, sorry about that. Chris Hackenberg traded to the Raiders for the 7th round pick. That's from Flipper. Rich Banks talking to Francisco Giorgio. Banks, your WNBA picks crush it. Yeah. So, all right. So, Rich, you're getting some props in there. If you got a WNBA play, we gotta hear about it. And also, we got to jump on Ron's train, I guess, because Ron said he's doing really well. Giorgio likes the Reds on the money line. I got nothing Major League Baseball. Nothing to Major League Baseball. I'll have Major League Baseball is going to start rolling for us. I haven't had great picks so far, but we'll get it going probably by this weekend. We'll start to pick it up a little bit more. Okay. Rich. Okay. Sorry. And let's continue on here with Oz Monoman. That's a really hard name to say at this early in the morning. People in the chat, answer please. Don't want Charles to repeat. Where is Charles now and what time is it there? Okay. Right now I'm in Seoul, Korea. That's okay. I don't mind saying it again. I mean, we still got 10 more minutes. I'm in Seoul, Korea, and right now it is 5:46 in the morning, but I usually have this show from Japan. I'm just happen to be traveling right now. Okay. And Marco, after the two blowout losses by the Celtics in Cleveland, is Steven still a great coach? Yeah, heck yeah, he is. He's going against LeBron James, who is one of the top two NBA players of all time, top three. So, and Cleveland's a really tough place to play. Of course, I mean, you know, Stevens works. He's in the Eastern Conference Finals, and he lost his two best players, arguably his two best players. So yeah, he's still pretty good. Let's see what happens in Game 5. And I got Flipper, hooray for Hackenberg. That's an interesting trade. What was it to the Raiders? It could be with Gruden. All right, let me just continue on here. Giorgio, the Warriors are 1-9 against the spread on Tuesdays. Really? I hate trends like that. What does that mean? I mean, I understand that there's a trend on there. Excuse me. Ugh, my allergies again. 1-9 against spread on Tuesdays. I don't know. So what, we should not take the Warriors because it's a Tuesday? I don't know about that one, man. I love that. I love the information though. So take Houston plus 8.5. All right, maybe we'll see. Surely the favorite doesn't cover 4 in a row. Well, you don't want to go on that premise. But you might be right. Rich Charles, I've been asking SBR for months. Why are you hiding Charles out on the Facebook? Oh, okay, yeah. While we were there for a while. Well, we're here now, so it's good. Thank you, Rich. I appreciate it. YouTube's way better. Well, we get more people, which is awesome. Which is awesome. So best thing you do, as always with any YouTube channel, they always say the same thing, and so I'll say it as well. Like the page, share the page, subscribe. Okay. I'm supposed to say that stuff, but I just figure like if you do like it, you'll actually like it, and if you do like it that much to share it, then you'll actually share it. I shouldn't have to say that. Here we go. Lloyd Christmas, and you said you don't see any line movement. Not sure what you're referring to there. I know for the NBA game it's gone up from 224 to 225. And we got Joe, Reds, and Pittsburgh. Yoil 9.5. I have what's a yoil? What is a yoil, Joe? Let's talk about that for a while. The Reds and Pitt yoil 9.5. What could a yoil be? Is that an over? Yoy over? No. The yonder? I don't know. Please explain yoil and make sure it's a really long essay, 500 words, and make sure your grammar's really good. All right, Joe. Thank you very much. I'm just busting your chop. I always make typo mistakes. Ron, your top 3 money management tips. Thanks. Oh gosh, Ron, we'll go forever. I can get more coffee for that. Number 1, off the top of my head, don't. Oh gosh. Well, don't chase is huge. You can't chase. If you let's say you've lost 3 games on the day, you're 0-3, and there's still a couple games left on the board, and you just kind of like them, don't play them. That'd be one. Number 2, do your research, and in proportion with your games. If you are investing money into a sporting contest, you better have done your research. Otherwise, you're a fool, and I'm just gonna say it. Otherwise, it's silly. I mean, why would you throw your hard-earned money, and you're usually paying something at a premium, you're paying like $110 to win 100 on something you haven't even researched. So that's a money management tip right there. If you're going to play a game, then do your homework, and don't just take my word for it. I mean, I'm not a tout. This is actually what I do, and you guys know that. Um, but I lose. I lose at times as well. I mean, if you like the under, then make an argument for it and stick to your guns. So there's a couple right there. Too many guys just play a game just to play a game for the action. They want to get that dopamine rush instead of realizing that this could be a very good sound money making strategy if you approach it that way. There's a couple of, excuse me, off the top of my head. Um, and the old adage is true. Bet 2% of your bankroll, max per game. There's no reason to double up, triple up. If you want to do it on the Super Bowl or something like that, I don't blame you. But for the long run, you just can't be betting too much of your bankroll. It's too hard. The business is too hard. You're going to have bad runs. So I could talk about money management forever, forever. And don't be afraid. One last thing: don't be afraid to take plus money line dogs. Don't be afraid to take plus money line dogs. I love doing that. Francisco, that Ron always great stuff. I hate the fact that SBR higher ups make you pick a total instead of your best pick, and if it's for something as stupid as the title of the show, change it to Stark Raving Totality. And on that note, I'm gonna go get a cup of coffee. And my headset's on while I'm getting coffee, and my cup's ready to go. And I'm coming back to the computer screen now, and I'm sitting down. Well, Francisco, honestly, I've done segments for Sportsbook Review over the last few years. I've done, I've talked about uh, spreads and leans and totals and odds, and I've done everything. I mean, I've done a lot of plus money line plays like with college basketball. So I've done it all. Right now, it's we got into this niche of where I was hitting a lot of totals, and so we just kind of rolled with it. Um, but I like totals. I like totals. I mean, I could listen. This segment is Stark Raving Totals, so we can talk about totals on the day because for the most part, nobody else at Sportsbook Review is really focusing on that aspect of the handicapping realm. So that's my job where I can come in. But I mean, if you have an opinion or something you want to talk about on a game, I could give out like my three best plays. But the problem is this segment would run way too long. There's no way I'd be able to get it all in time. Um, Maybe that's something maybe I'll give out like my best sport, which is college basketball. Maybe when we get there, I'll say, okay. And also, I really like this team plus whatever. You will notice at times I'll give a total and I'll say, I got to lean on this, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. When I say a lean, that means there's a very, very good chance I'm playing it. Okay. Thanks, Francisco. For right now, we're focused on total. I think it's still, I mean, as long as we're uh, making correct predictions, it's fine. It's not because it's because of me we decided to go with this title, not we went with this title, so go ahead and now you do totals. It wasn't like that. It was the opposite, if you get my drift. Rich, with no Iguodala, definitely scoring more than 85. Yeah, that's going to hurt him on the defensive end. And that's something I should have talked about as well. Thank you, Rich. Lloyd, Stevens is a great coach. Talking to Marco. Okay. And Rich Banks, Francisco, he's a totals guy. No one holding a gun to his head. Yeah, that's one of my favorite phrases. So, uh, one second. Oh my gosh. Sorry. Oh, a lot of comments are coming in. So I clicked down and now I don't have anybody's. Oh gosh. Okay, let me see if I can get this back. All right, here we go. Rich knows that's one of my favorite statements. Yeah, gun to my head, I'll take this thing. Francisco, I like Boston tomorrow. Any early leans on that one? No. I really want to dig into that game, and I can't do it until I'm done with all my business here today. That's what I'm talking about with money management. Like, I'm not just gonna say like, because I mean the line just came out, and I haven't done any research, so I'm not saying anything. That'd be disingenuous of me. I got to do. the research. I've got to dig into the numbers first, and I want to look at a couple other things. Lloyd talking about Hackenberg. Rich Banks, LA Sparks -8 is my WNBA play of the day. Thank you, Rich. Take the Sparks -8. Okay. Tomorrow. Hey, what's up? Lloyd. Talking to somebody else. Christian Alvarez. I'm just waiting on the Rockets tonight to cover, but I'm a little scared because of what happened last time. Do you think they cover? I have no lean on that game, but I do think they cover. I like the total. I think they go over. I do, and that's what I'm taking. For one unit for sure. Stevie Steves, your thoughts for tomorrow's 2-6 over and under the Cavs Celtics? Right now, honestly, like I said, no research. It, my gut instinct when I first saw the line was under. It's already dropped. I know that. That's what I will say that. So that's mini research right there. I've already looked at the line. See, it's gone from 207 to 206. So that was my first gut reaction. But there's some things I want to look at first before I pull the trigger on it, or if I even play it. Tabor, Iguodala out is a huge deal. Yeah, based on regular season matchups, he didn't play, and it made a big difference. Well, there we go. There's another angle for us. We got Lloyd about talking about that trend. Tomorrow, Warriors partying for a long week during the regular season. Flipper Tuesday here, but Wednesday in Korea. That is true. It is Wednesday. The Warriors are 9-1 when Steph Curry eats Wheaties for breakfast. There's another great trend right there, and that one's true. Do the research on that one. Trung, another blowout, or is it going to be within the spread? I think it's like I said. I think it's going to be within the spread. And Osmanawan, cool Charles, thanks for answering. I care more about you living in Japan than your picks. Well, when I get back to Japan, we can talk about that more. I appreciate you coming in. Rich, yeah, let's help you. Marco, at least you aren't sponsored by Intertop yet. Yet, okay. Yeah, I don't know about that whole sponsorship team. Right now, I work with Sportsbook Review, and they're awesome. So it's all good. Tomorrow, I think Paul's hurting more than he's let on, but he may show up with this basically being an elimination game for Houston. Yeah, well, I have no idea if he is hurt, how he is hurt. And Bill comes in. Do they throw knuckleballs in Japanese baseball? Rarely. Not so much. There's nobody who's a knuckleball pitcher. I'll say that. And Marco, wait till you have to say a sportsbook's name at the beginning of your show. Okay? You'll be happy to say like the show. Oh, okay. Well, then I guess I'd be sponsored. So that would be good. I guess that's a good thing. I have no idea. I have no clue about any of that stuff. All I want to do is come in here and talk with you guys, talk about sports, and give out good picks, basically, honestly. And Osmano talking to Bill and Francisco. Why is baseball so big in Japan? Does it have to do with post World War II occupation? I know in Cuba baseball goes way back. Yeah, it has yeah, it came over after the World War II occupation, and then America totally dominated the country for the next couple decades, and so they brought in the culture. I mean, it completely changed. You got to remember they were under, um, they were under like a more than a monarchy type regime where I mean it was almost like North Korea. By the way, I could see North Korea when I was traveling here. That was pretty cool. Sad but cool. I mean, it was like they thought, um, oh my gosh, why can't I? They thought the emperor Hirohito was like a god. So the first time they heard him speak over the radio, they're like, "Holy cow, God is speaking to us!" I mean, because they were so ingrained with the fact that he was that sort of special guy. He hits a hole in one every time he hits the ball, sort of thing. So when we came and the war was over, America just their whole culture came over, and then it became really big. Actually, I showed some pictures the other day of me with some famous people. I actually have a really good picture with Hideo Nomo as well. I got to meet him. I coached against his kid here in Japan, and he's a little bit subdued, but I got a picture with him, and also I know a couple times I've spoken to you don't know this guy. Here's a quiz for you. Who was the first Japanese player to ever play in the major leagues? And if you come in and if you get this person's name, I don't know, I'll give you a 2 thumbs up. I don't have any prizes, but I've actually met this individual a couple times. He played with Willie Mays. You're probably thinking, like, you're probably thinking Nomo, but it goes way before him. Look him up, see if you can find him. I've met the guy a couple times. He's an older gentleman now. Awesome, awesome guy. Let's continue. I got off the tangent, sorry. But it's interesting content, I think. Rich. Okay, talking to somebody else. Flipper, I bet over on your play just now, 223 and a half. Am I? No, I don't like the juice. Flipper, I don't like playing that much juice. I would rather go up to like 227 and play at even money. I've talked about that sort of stuff in the past, but I think 223 and a half is a great number, but I don't like you paying that high at juice. I hope it works out for you. I'll have a unit on it as well. Marco, before Sonics left for OKC, they were an all-time 2-32 on Friday the 13th. Very amazing. Freddie. Uh, Talking about the WNBA. Okay. Bill, Chuck, don't call me Chucky. Come on. I'm not a little doll that, goes and attacks people. I could talk about that for a while. Here's a personal fact. If you really want to know, I actually go by Chad. If you really want to know, I actually go by Chad. Long story with that too, but Charles is good as well. Minus 200 or greater. When I first got into handicapping and I was an idiot, yeah, I never do that anymore. I'm the most I'll ever play is minus 110. And Ospanawan, Bill, check out tape on the first two women's. Okay, talk about M&A. Here we go. Sparks minus 8. Bill, message retracted. Bill, yep. Okay, let's continue. I love how you guys chat with each other. It's hard for me to catch up with everybody. Oh my gosh. Uh, Fever. Okay, gosh. Sorry, I don't know if you're talking to me or talking to somebody else, but I'll catch up. We got just a couple more minutes and we're gonna get out of here. Teddy B, good to see you, man. Stark, what do you like? The Angels over against the Toronto Blue Jays. There we go. Now we can talk about some sports again. 1 second. How about my boy Shohei Ohtani? Whew. Really good article on him, about him, excuse me, at ESPN the other day. Very, very intriguing. I like Hap. Wow. I think he's a quality major league pitcher. I like Richards too. 8.5. Wow, that looks too much. There's higher juice on the under. That game bugs me right off the bat. That's a no play for me. That's a no play for me. Thank you for the question. Teddy, I got nothing on that one. Okay, let's continue on. Sports betting. Okay, talking to Bill. More, I think it's easier to handicap MLB totals than NBA totals. I disagree, but maybe for some people, it depends on somebody's perspective. Everybody has their own perspective on how they look at games and stuff. There are just fewer factors that you isolate starting pitchers in the bullpen. Um, I think hold on. There are just fewer factors. I think there's more factors with capping Major League Baseball totals. There's a lot. NBA, you got 5-on-5. You know the bench. There's not as many players. You know the pace. You know how teams are going to play. You can see how they match up, or who's going to be defending who. But baseball's random. There's all sorts of stuff that can happen in baseball. So I humbly disagree with you. But maybe you got a niche for it. So, and if you do, then please continue to come into more and share your knowledge and help me be a better handicapper because I've been struggling with Major League Baseball. Let's see. Let's continue down, and we're starting to wrap things up. Okay, and you guys are talking to each other. um. Okay. Okay. Sorry, you guys are talking to each other, so I'm trying to go ahead and get on board with this. And let me continue down. Cody, without them, not as much views and attention. I mean, if you really hate something or someone, would you bother being around them, watching them, or talking? Yeah, that's it. I know okay. I think you're talking. I understand. I think what you're talking about, but I don't know if you're talking to me. So I'm going to continue on. Bill, Chuck, do you know an actual person that takes action, either Japanese or American, like old school stuff? Um, do you know? Oh, an actual person. I see what you're saying. No, I don't. No, not. I haven't met anybody in Japan that I can go and book with. But it's all. I mean, right now now it's legalized and it's all over the internet anyway. There it is. I got it right here. So Ron, notice the carp got pasted yesterday, 8-0. Yeah, I was a little bit surprised about that, but they were pitching like their number 4 guy, so not totally shocked. I personally had the over with what was it, Seibu and Fukuoka, and they pushed at 8. There it is. So Giorgio comes in, Masanori Murakami. He actually goes by Mashi though, just to let you know. That's his nickname. And I got a picture with him too. I could pull that up. Um, but his favorite thing is he's got this necklace that he has. He got it from Willie Mays. He tells everybody when you meet him. Pretty nice guy. I'm actually going to catch up with him in a couple weeks for this clinic. But yeah, Murakami, very good. First Japanese player to ever play in Japan, and I know him a little bit. So Rich talking. Oh, you guys are all looking it up. Okay, thanks. So I could, like I said, I could pull up the picture, but I mean, I guess I could. Here, well, since we're here, do you guys got time? Mind if I show it? So let me go ahead and pull this up real quick. I'll show you. This is me and Mashi Murakami. Give me one sec here. I'll pull it up. It's back a ways. I got to go back to this clinic I was doing. It does take me about 30 seconds. Not even that long. I got a lot of pictures because I got kids. And you back here. Oh my goodness. Give me one sec here, guys. Just so you can see what he looks like. If you guys are interested in that stuff at all. Oh, here it is right here. Let me blow this up so I can get my players out of the way. So this is me, and sorry, I have to cover up one of the things here. So let me make sure I get this right, because there's privacy stuff I gotta make sure that I do. This is me and Mashi Murakami right there. That's the first Japanese player in Japan. That's me right next to him. Pretty cool. I got one with Hideo Nomo. Maybe I'll show that next time. Okay. See, I told you guys last segment that I'm actually a normal guy. Anyways. Oops. Oh, I clicked off what I didn't want to click off of. Okay, we got to wrap this up. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get out of here. So I'm going to stop on the comment. Thank you so much for coming in, guys. As always, Stark Raving Totals for us today. I know there's more comments. I couldn't get to them all today, but thank you so much. As you know, like I said, like as always. So don't forget Stark Raving Totals Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, 4:30 p.m. Eastern. For us today, we're going to take Houston, Golden State. We're going to go over the 206. I think they get there. I think Houston's going to score a lot more points, and I know Golden State's going to be able to score. Pace should be good. We'll give it a shot for one unit. You guys, best of luck on all your plays, and we'll catch you again on Thursday. All right.